If you're into video production or content creation, chances are you already know the Sony A7S III. You might own one, want one, or at least seriously admire it. When it launched in 2020, it quickly became the go-to camera for run-and-gun filmmaking. That said, in tech years, 5 years is a long time. The A7S III is still a solid workhorse, but lately the talk is around its replacement, the Sony A7S IV, and it has gotten really loud. We've been digging through patent filings, leaks from insiders, and reports from the manufacturing side to figure out what this next-gen camera might actually bring. And if you've been holding off on buying a new camera, waiting for the next big upgrade, this is something you'll want to pay attention to. Here's everything we know so far about the Sony A7S IV. For years, the S in A7S stood for sensitivity. Sony achieved that by using low-resolution sensors, usually around 12 megapixels with large pixels that could capture a ton of light. That's what made these cameras absolute monsters in low light. The downside is that sensor design capped them at 4K video. Shooting in 6K or 8K just wasn't possible because there simply weren't enough pixels on the sensor to create higher resolution footage. The most solid leaks point to Sony using a brand new stacked sensor, landing somewhere around 24 megapixels, more specifically about 20.5 effective megapixels focused on video. Now that might sound a little scary at first. More megapixels usually means worse low-light performance, right? Normally, yes, but Sony seems to have a clever workaround. It's called dual-layer transistor pixel technology. Here's what that means in simple terms. In a regular camera sensor, the part that captures light and the electronic parts that process it are crammed onto the same layer. Think of it like a tiny studio apartment where your bed and desk are fighting for space. You end up compromising on both. With this new tech, Sony basically adds a second floor. The light capturing part and the transistors are split onto separate layers. That lets the light gathering side take up way more room, so it can absorb more light than before. The payoff is you get the higher resolution needed for modern video, like 6K, without losing the super clean low-light performance the A7S series is known for. This is basically the best of both worlds, and the kind of hardware upgrade that actually earns a new model number. Thanks to the higher resolution sensor, the video features are getting a serious upgrade too. The big headline feature is expected to be 6K open gate recording. If you've never used open gate before, here's the simple version. Imagine your camera sensor is a tall window. Most cameras only record a wide strip across the middle of that window in a 16:9 shape. Open gate records the entire window. That's a huge deal for creators who need vertical video for TikTok or Instagram Reels and horizontal video for YouTube, all from the same shoot. With 6K open gate, you've got tons of extra space to crop, reframe, and adjust in post without losing image quality. We're also expecting 4K at 120 frames per second to stick around, but with an important upgrade. On the A7S III, 4K is captured natively. On the A7S IV, that 4K will likely be oversampled from 6K. In simple terms, the camera records a 6K image and then downsizes it to 4K. The result is a sharper image, more detail, and better color information compared to regular 4K. Another big benefit of the stacked sensor is faster readout speed. This directly affects rolling shutter, that annoying jello-like wobble you see when you pan quickly. Stacked sensors can read data extremely fast, and the leaks suggest the A7S IV could have near-global shutter performance. That means you can whip the camera around or shoot fast-moving sports, and straight lines stay straight.
On top of that, Sony's newer AI processing unit is almost guaranteed to make its way into the A7S IV. We've already seen it in cameras like the A7R V and A9 III. And this isn't just marketing hype. Older autofocus systems mainly looked for faces and eyes. This new AI understands human pose. It knows where a person's head should be, even if they turn away, wear a helmet, or walk behind an object. It can also recognize cars, trains, planes, animals, insects with scary accuracy. For solo shooters, this kind of performance is a huge relief. You can trust the camera to lock onto your subject and not let go, so you're free to focus on framing, lighting, and actually telling the story. We're also expecting features like auto-framing, where the camera automatically crops in and follows your subject, and focus breathing compensation, which fixes that fake zoom effect when you pull focus, to be fully refined and standard on this model. One of the most requested upgrades has been a better screen setup, and it looks like Sony finally got the message. The A7S IV is widely expected to use the 4-axis multi-angle LCD we saw on the A7R V, and that's a big usability win. Regular, fully articulating screens are great for vlogging, but they're annoying when you just want to tilt the screen up for a waist-level shot. You have to swing it out to the side first, which becomes a problem when you've got HDMI or microphone cables plugged in. The 4-axis design solves all of that. It tilts up and down and flips out to the side when you need it without blocking your cables. It might sound like a small thing, but on a long 10-hour shoot, these little quality-of-life details are what make you actually enjoy using a camera. As for the electronic viewfinder, we expect Sony to keep the excellent 9.44 million dot EVF from the previous model, possibly with higher brightness and faster refresh rates. That would make manual focusing much easier, especially when you're shooting in bright sunlight. You might be wondering, hold on, Canon and Nikon already have 8K cameras, so why is the A7S IV stopping at 6K? That's actually a very intentional choice. To shoot true 8K, you need a sensor with at least 33 megapixels, like what you see in cameras such as the A1 or A7R V. But cramming that many pixels onto a sensor comes with trade-offs. You lose low light performance, dynamic range takes a hit, and the camera generates a lot more heat. Instead, Sony seems to be positioning the A7S IV as a 4K specialist, not a do-everything camera. By sticking to around 24 megapixels and 6K resolution, they can deliver faster frame rates, better dynamic range, and much more reasonable file sizes. And let's be honest, 8K is still overkill for almost everyone. About 99% of real-world projects are finished in 4K anyway, including most movies you see in theaters. By skipping the 8K hype, Sony is focusing on what actually matters to filmmakers: strong dynamic range, accurate colors, and a camera you can rely on all day without issues. That's everything we know so far about the Sony A7S IV. If these leaks hold up, this could be one of the most creator-focused cameras Sony has ever made. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to CameraCraft Gadgets, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future leaks, comparisons, and real-world camera insights. Let me know in the comments, are you waiting for the A7S IV or are you sticking with your current setup? I'll see you in the next one.